game's just a little sloppy right now. Neither club really putting the ball in, and they're turning the ball over somewhat. And it's hurt the Sixers here early in this third quarter.
David Thompson, the story of the first half. 23 points for Denver. Leading vote-getter on the West team. McGinnis underneath. 72-67, 5-point lead for Philadelphia, their largest of the game so far.
The Sixers really don't run a complicated offense. They do a lot of clearing out and let all those great talented players go one-on-one and do whatever they want.
Calvin found room and then went to Wilkerson with it. Jump ball is called.
Well, that was a good call by Earl Strom. Bobby Wilkerson went up, looked like he wanted to perhaps dunk it, but he took the ball back, and of course that allowed the Sixers to block it.
Why didn't Calvin shoot here?
Well, I guess he saw Jones coming over and Wilkerson wide open, and you saw the double pump.
Denver controlled the tap, and it's Issel on the rebound of the shot by Bobby Jones. 72-69 Philadelphia. Wilkerson with 15 points, brought an 11.5 average into the game for Denver. Another jump ball called as Henry Bibby went up. This is a slight mismatch.
That'll teach those little guys. Here you go. Bibby goes in there. You know, I'm sure all he sees will be belt buckles at this point. That'll teach him to get in there in the land of the Giants.
Jones, as you might expect, won a 3-on-1. Calvin. And it's broken up by Caldwell Jones as Calvin again electing to feed it off. And Detroit in front of Cleveland by 4. The third period, we'll keep you apprised of all the action around the NBA today on our CBS coverage. A Denver timeout is called. 7:32 remaining in a most exciting game at the McNichols Sports Arena in Denver. The 76ers lead it 72-69. For a report on the Cleveland Cavaliers-Detroit Pistons game, let's go now to Don Crickey and Mendy Rudolph in Detroit.
We'd like to welcome the fans who have just joined us here in Detroit. The Pistons are in white, the Cleveland Cavaliers in maroon and gold. The score is Detroit 74, Cleveland 72 with 4:40 to play in the third quarter. In this game, the Detroit Pistons jumped out to a 13-point first quarter lead. And X'd that lead again after Detroit came back and had another 13-point lead, but Detroit cut it to 2 at the half. And then Bob Lanier hitting shot after shot in the third quarter has brought Detroit to the front, but now Elmore Smith, the 7-foot center of the Cavaliers, has a chance to tie the game. If he can hit his 8th point of the game, he cannot. It's still a 1-point lead now for Detroit as they have the ball with 4:25 to go in the third quarter.
Welcome back to Denver. I'm Tim Ryan with John McLaughlin, and here in Denver, the Nuggets have just regained the lead on baskets by Dan Issel and Bobby Jones. 73-72, Denver leads at 6:40 remaining third period. Doug Collins going to the basket and scoring, and it's 74-73, a seesaw battle that has been just a dandy from the opening tap. 23 points for Doug Collins now as David Thompson hits. 25 for Thompson, 23 for Doug Collins. Two of the All-Stars you'll see on February 5th in the All-Star game here on CBS. Along with Julius Erving and Bobby Jones. And, of course, the coach of the East will be Billy Cunningham, our former analyst. The Lakers in front of Washington, 78-68, a 10-point gap for the Lakers in the third. Philadelphia will inbound, and it's Caldwell Jones to George McGinnis. The doctor underneath. Rejected by Thompson, but called goaltending. The basket is good.
Two great leapers here. You see in isolation. You see Dr. J getting it in the lane. When he gets in there, it should be, too. Of course, David Thompson goes very high, but that was goaltending.
76-75, Philadelphia. Looping pass for Issel, and that's goaltending. Caldwell Jones. Issel's basket count, 77-76 Nuggets.
That is the third straight very nice pass setting up baskets by Bobby Wilkerson. He can pass the ball as well as shoot.
Look at that one. Collins to Dr. J. He was up near the clock above the backboard. 78-77. Knocked out of bounds by Collins. It'll be Denver ball.
Well, here you see again, as I mentioned earlier, Collins over on David Thompson. Apparently they wanted more quickness on Thompson. feeling that perhaps would help pull him up.
And Issel from the corner, 79-78. Both these clubs shot nearly 54% in the first half. 19 points for Issel, who had only 2 points in the first period. He's been hot in recent games, averaging 26.5 over the last 4 games. Foul call. David Thompson.
Well, here you see David Thompson coming up to play defense, and of course he is a good defensive player, but he leaned a little bit into the doctor putting the pressure on him offensively.
First team foul in this period for Denver. McGinnis. Oh, what a shot, George McGinnis.
Of course, that's George's shot. You know, he takes a lot of bad percentage shots by the average player, but George has done it so long, it's good percentage to him.
Makes a high percentage of low percentage shots. Issel. McGinnis clears. Collins. 20 feet.
Boy, Doug Collins is so tough. I only fouled out 3 times in my pro career, and 2 of them were on Doug Collins. I told him I have to hang on to you, Doug. I can't keep up with you any other way.
You sure understand it. Bobby Jones can't do it. Loose ball foul. John Collins. Collins caught it. Mike Mathis. So that's called.
Well, here you see Collins trying to keep Thompson away from the basket. You can see he just pushed right under. And, of course, it looked like Dr. J could have been hurt on that, but he caught himself.
Max Calvin, number 20. Thompson, Wilkerson, Issel, and Jones for Denver. Calvin has it. Collins, Irving, McGinnis, Bibby, Caldwell, Jones to Philadelphia.
We have Thompson isolated here. This is a mismatch, and of course the Nuggets know it. Bibby holding his position very well, draws the foul.
4th personal foul against David Thompson, and he'll get a rest. Jim Price will come in for him. Well, we've got a World Heavyweight Championship fight coming up for you here on CBS in prime time, Wednesday, February 15th. Muhammad Ali against Olympic champion Leon Spinks. Along with a full card of exciting boxing action, Dr. J hit. Anthony Roberts, cut off by Irving, goes to the basket but missed. Caldwell Jones on the rebound and off Roberts out of bounds.
Now with the score 84-79, the 76ers of DT, David Thompson on the bench, this is a very fine opportunity for the Sixers to really apply the pressure and try to open up the lead.
Jones covered by Issel, top of the key. Dr. J against Anthony Roberts. Jones got over there to get a piece of it. Bobby Jones. Price, Bobby Jones. Beautiful basket.
Bobby Jones keys it at the other end. He comes over to help out defensively, blocks the shot, and then he gets in on the break. He's the trailer. Here you see him coming over, blocking the shot. Issel gets the rebound. Now they kick it out. Now Price advances the ball very nicely. You see Jones trailing, and then he turns on the speed. Price makes a nice pass and a possible 3-point play.
4th personal against George McGinnis. He and Thompson, the only 2 in any kind of serious foul trouble so far. And a score in now from Indiana, where New Orleans, a hot club of late, has a big lead over the Pacers in the 4th period. Jazz have really been playing the music lately.
Well, pistol feet on that team. You know, they can put a lot of points on quickly.
84-82 here, Philadelphia. Thompson sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. McGinnis has gone to the Philadelphia bench with 4, and that's Doug Collins. He has scored every possible way today.
I wonder if he shoots those shots in Horace. He ought to bring a lot of those out, huh?
Wilkerson turned away by Bibby. Outside it's Price. Roberts. Caldwell Jones is knocked away by Wilkerson. It'll be Sixers ball.
Doug Collins again going baseline, and he goes baseline very nicely. The Nuggets try to give help, but look at that flip. He's completely behind the backboard and flips it up very nicely.
27 points for Doug Collins, who's playing with an aggravated lower back injury. Doesn't seem to be affecting him at all today. 86-82, Philadelphia. Has committed 17 turnovers, John, that led to 21 Denver points. Denver, contrarily, 10 turnovers, leading to only 7 Philadelphia points. But the Sixers lead it by 4, 86-82. Air ball taken by the Denver Nuggets. And Anthony Roberts. Wilkerson underneath.
Wilkerson again on a very nice pass. And, of course, the Nuggets run so well. They really run the lanes well, but they also find their trailers on the fast break. The trailers can get a lot of points.
Issel with 21 points. He's coming on like gangbusters here. Started in the second period, kept it going here in the third. Foul call.
Bobby Wilkerson gets the ball on the side, but Issel actually was a trailer on this, coming a little bit behind and goes right down the lane. And as I mentioned, those are the people that are open often.
Foul on Anthony Roberts, the rookie from Oral Roberts. Second leading scorer in the NCAA a year ago as a senior. Irving can't do it. Still having some problems, although he's scoring somewhat today. He's got 18 points, and that's not a bad afternoon, but the doctor still under his average. Having tough times lately. Wilkerson off the front iron. Got his own rebound. We're tied at 86.
Well, Bobby Wilkerson's having a fine game. He's doing a lot of things, gets his own rebound back, and that time lays it up left-handed, kind of flipped it up soft but high enough that if they did block it, it would be a goaltender.
17 points for Wilkerson. Doug Collins baseline. Irving helps him out. Irving follows. 88-86. Larry Brown slightly upset.
He's very upset. He thought Doug Collins traveled, and obviously a lot of the fans here felt the same way.
Denver in white, Sixers in blue. Dark screens on your television set if you're dark, the shirts on your screen if you're watching in black and white. Bo Ellis tied at 88.
Well, that was a mix-up there. The Sixers got mixed up. They were watching the ball, not really paying attention to their people off the ball, and Bo Ellis just stepped in for an easy layup.
Bo Ellis out of Marquette, acquired from Washington for a #1 draft pick. Ball out of bounds out Denver. Tom Lagarde comes in for Dan Issel. We've got Lagarde, Ellis, Anthony Roberts, Jim Price, and Bobby Wilkerson for Denver. Henry Bibby, Steve Mix now in for Philadelphia. Caldwell Jones, Julius Irving, and Lloyd Freed. Henry Bibby. At the end of this basketball telecast, we'll be going out to San Diego for the Andy Williams San Diego Open live here on CBS. Last report, Jay Haas, the leader. We'll try and get an update for you as we go along. Gene Littler, crowd favorite, great veteran, still very much in contention, along with some other youngsters on the tour. Traveling call on Lagarde.
The Sixers attempting to pick up the pressure a little bit, and ideally Billy Cunningham wants them to play the passing lanes one pass away, but a lot of them don't do it. Sometimes they get a lackadaisical. Henry Bibby does it very well and applies the pressure.
Larry Brown on the sidelines hollering at the officials, Strom and Mathis. The traveling call against Lagarde. Henry Bibby. Irving way up to rebound, but it's knocked away, and a Denver foul. Jim Price. As Irving trying to control that rebound, fouled by Jim Price. There's Billy Cunningham, and Cunningham was tied with Larry Brown in technical fouls coming into this game. A little known statistic, perhaps. They each had 12. Brown's now taken the lead. Of course, they're all behind Kevin Lockery of the New Jersey Nets, who's got 21, and Don Nelson is second with 15.
They all happen to be ex-players. I wonder why that is.
Sixers ball. 10 seconds remaining in this third period. Free can't do it. Wilkerson rebounding. And at the end of the third period, Larry Brown right out there to talk to Earl Strom, make sure he hears him. And at the end of 3, a terrific basketball game. Philadelphia 90, Denver 88. Fourth quarter approaching. Tim Ryan and John McLaughlin here in Denver, Colorado. A terrific game, 90-88. 76ers lead it. Be sure and stay tuned for the MVP award at the conclusion of the game. And John, the way some of these players are going here today is going to be a very difficult choice.
Sure is. I don't know. Maybe something will happen in this fourth quarter that'll help us a little bit, Tim.
Up in Boston, the Celtics down in front of Golden State, 72-69. It is Denver ball here. Dan Issel back in the game. Issel, Thompson, Bobby Jones, Jim Price, Bobby Wilkerson for Denver. Jumper by Price. Won't go. This is Bibby. Bibby and free in the backcourt. Darryl Dawkins in for the Sixers with Steve Mix and Joe Bryant. For the bomb squad. Except for Bibby out there for the 76ers. Dawkins. 92-88.
That was the 19th offensive rebound for the Sixers. Denver advancing the ball back very quickly and getting the layup.
Itzel right back the other way for Denver.
Here you see Dawkins on the offensive rebound, and he goes back up, knocks people off, and lays it in.
92-90, Philadelphia on the basket by Itzel. Dawkins with 10 points. Itzel with 23. Driving baseline is free. Ran into all kinds of traffic. Foul will be against Jim Price. Washington leading the Lakers by 3, 88-85 in the fourth period. Third personal against Jim Price in Denver.
Lloyd Free's been playing very well. Bill Cunningham has told us before the game. And now he's starting to apply a little offensive pressure. Going to the basket. He's gone to the basket twice now. This time he got to the line. I think perhaps he got fouled the other time. It was not called. But that's what you must do. Apply pressure to the defense.
Free like his teammate Collins playing hurt. He's got an ankle sprain. Collins with a lower back problem. Dan Itzel playing with a sore knee. Bo Ellis also with cartilage problem in his right knee. Thompson driving. Joe Bryant on the foul.
Well, once again, that's a clear out for David Thompson. All the other players on the other side of the floor, and it was a double screen with players coming off of it. Really, it's a clear out for David, and it's very difficult for one player to play David Thompson.
Thompson with 4 fouls back in the game for Denver and on the line. Made 6 out of 7 from the free throw line so far, and he'll have another one.
The Sixers now, they're not really running the second half like they would like. They have no fast breaks the second half, while Denver, they have 8.
93-92. Debbie brings it up, the former UCLA star. Lloyd Free, 90, Guilford College in North Carolina. Bryant, offensive foul, and oh, look at this. Joe upset. He says, hey, you gotta be kidding, Earl. That's 5 on Bryant. Bibby picks it off. Steve Mix. Basket is good. 95-92. Steve Mix.
You see the fast break, and of course, that's the first one the Sixers have had, and that was definitely a goaltend.
David Thompson sailing up there, but goaltending. Itzel in traffic underneath, comes out to Bobby Jones. Free goes falling. Wilkerson still has it. Blocked by Dawkins. Darryl Dawkins. Free, driving baseline, and it's 97-92. Philadelphia by 5. Timeout call by Denver. 9:47 remaining in regulation time, and Philadelphia has jumped into a 5-point lead here in Denver.
Here's a few tips on how to get out of an airport fast. 1, join the #1 club and reserve a car with Hertz. 2, have your license and credit card ready, because Hertz will be ready for you. 3, need directions? Ask Hertz. They know the shortest route. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster. Nobody can get you out of an airport faster.
Go, Jules, go!
Rent a Ford from Hertz.
The superstar in rent-a-car.
Right.
Welcome, those of you who are watching a good one in Denver. We've got an exciting contest in Landover. The Los Angeles Lakers have lost the lead to the Bullets. It's 100-95, the Bullets. The Lakers with the ball right now. I'm Brent Musburger along with Keith Erickson. Abdul-Jabbar scored 25, picking for Charlie Scott that time. And it has been a difference in rebounding. 49-19, the Bullets have out-rebounded the Lakers. It's Pace stuffed. 102-95, Bullets lead the Lakers.
Welcome back to Denver. This is Tim Ryan with John McLaughlin, Milwaukee Bucks star. We've got quite a game going. Traveling is called against Max Calvin of Denver. Denver and white. Philadelphia in blue. It is 97-92. The Sixers lead by 5. 9:15 remaining regulation time.
Well, the Nuggets getting the ball back a couple of times there, but the Sixers tightening up that defense and making it much more difficult for the Nuggets to get a good shot.
Lloyd Free brings it up. Steve Nick. Intercepted. Wilkerson. Well, Wilkerson lost the ball.
He had his eyes on the basket. I think he was trying to get his steps together so he could dunk the ball, but his foot got in the way. Here you can see he's coming in, and it just goes right off the foot. That's when you turn around and walk away like, gee, I wonder what happened.
Am I embarrassed? Lloyd Freed. Over Calvin, it's good. 99-92. Sixers, 10 points in this fourth period have come from the bomb squad. Mick, Dawkins, and Freed. David Thompson, top of the key over Collins. Sixers by 5. Cleveland leading Detroit 94-90 in the fourth period. Free, Mick, Irving, Dawkins, Collins for Philadelphia. Oh, it rolled right across the top for Steve Mick. And it's blue ball, Philadelphia. Thompson, Issel, Bobby Jones, Mac Calvin, Bobby Wilkerson, the starting 5 out there. Oh, basket is good for Doug Collins.
That's that quickness of Doug Collins again. You can never take your eye off of him. Even when you're watching him, you'll miss. You see Wilkerson on him, and he just goes inside. Bobby Wilkerson apparently thought, as you see him push him behind for a possible 3, he apparently thought Collins was going to come off the other way for the jump shot.
3-point play for Collins. Second foul on Wilkerson. 30 points for Doug Collins. Collins now picks up the foul. Third foul on Collins. Saved by Wilkerson. Calvin, Thompson.
Number 21,
Lloyd Free picked up the Philadelphia foul, and it'll be Thompson shooting.
Well, that's the type of foul you really don't want to give up. David Thompson was pretty far out, shooting the jump shot. He can shoot, but still, you want to go up and apply pressure, but don't put him on the line.
102-94, Philadelphia leads it. Thompson with 30 points on that free throw. He'll have another. New Orleans continuing to roll, 107-91 over Indiana. That's the final. Thompson makes the second. It's 102-96. 6-point margin for Philadelphia. 7:35 remaining regulation time. Irving with 3 Nuggets around him. Reverse layup, 104-96. Thompson makes the basket. What a shot by David Thompson. What a circus this is to watch today. Great shooting.
They certainly trade off, and here you see the doctor going one-on-one. He gets in baseline. Now watch the weak side help. Bobby Jones, Dan Issel. Look at this. Boy, the advantage of long arms.
Thompson completes the 3-point play. 104-99. 4 fouls on Doug Collins. Thompson already has 4. Nobody with 5 as yet, I don't believe. Nope. He's next. Darryl Dawkins. The doctor. Way off the mark. It is Denver ball. 6:53 remaining regulation time.
Now, team foul situation. The 76ers have 4, so they will put, of course, the Nuggets into the bonus after this. The Nuggets only have 2, so that could be a factor in the game. For as aggressive as this game is, there have not been a lot of fouls called the second half.
George McGinnis up, ready to come in for Philadelphia. 104-101 as the Nuggets scramble back. They were down 6. Philadelphia trailed by 8 in the second period. Nate went ahead. 3 driving. Can't get the shot and can't make the pass. Denver ball.
It appears that the Nuggets trying to force baseline and then get a lot of weak side help, come back in the area, and that time it helped maybe 76ers turn the ball over.
Billy Cunningham will talk to the troops on the sideline as Tim leads by 3. We have 6:19 remaining here in regulation time. Killed 5 for 5 from the free throw line. That's about as perfect as you can get. And Thompson with 34 points on the game. Dan Issel. Jim Price. Thompson closely covered by Doug Collins. And the closest counter of the first kind got Collins. Foul.
You see Doug Collins, he's trying to get in front, try to prevent the ball from coming into David. And, of course, they want to isolate David there, and, of course, they call the foul. A little too aggressive there, Doug.
5 fouls on Collins. And the 76ers are in the penalty. Coming up after our NBA telecast, we'll be going out to San Diego for the Andy Williams San Diego Open. (104-102). Sixers lead it. Thompson makes the free throw to cut it to 1. Knocked out of bounds by Calvin, who's been very aggressive defensively today. Max Calvin, number 20. Wilkerson comes in. Calvin gets a rest. 5:51 to go, regulation time. The All-Stars have been playing like All-Stars, and remember, we'll have that East-West battle for you February 5th here on CBS. Collins and Irving, Thompson and Bobby Jones. Billy Cunningham coaching the East. Lloyd 3, bombing. McGinnis, rebound. 106-103.
Well, the Nuggets trying to push the Sixers out into the outside jump shot, which they did, but when they get that offensive rebound and that second shot, that's too easy.
Thompson in the lane. Set up David Thompson.
Here you see McGinnis. He's trying to get inside position, and the ball comes out. Bobby Jones can't hang on to it. Strength prevails.
106-105. Bibby in control for the Sixers now. Lloyd 3. McGinnis lost it. Jim Price stealing. Price to Issel.
Nice. Very nice play. And, of course, the double team. Bobby Jones deflected the ball. They come the other way. And by the defense, you can see the takeaway here. Bobby Jones deflected. Price brings it up the court. They get the break this way when you create the turnovers. But watch this pass. Fake, left-handed pass, nice.
You're listening to John McLaughlin describing that one for you. The Nuggets lead it now, 107-106, 4:53 to go.
Next Saturday.
Philadelphia in a penalty situation now, and we'll be watching that very closely. Right now, for a report on the Cleveland Cavaliers-Detroit Pistons game, let's go to Don Criqui and Mendy Rudolph in Detroit.
We again welcome the fans who have joined us here in Detroit. The Pistons are in white, the Cavaliers are in maroon and gold, and the score is Cleveland 100, Detroit 98. As we're heading down the stretch with 3:20 to play, Bob Lanier leads all scorers in the game with 27 points, and it's going to be a tight finish as with 3:21 to go, Cleveland holds to a 2-point advantage.
Welcome back to Denver. Tim Ryan and John McLaughlin here, a seesaw battle. The Nuggets lead it by 1.
But with only 4:53 remaining, strategies become very important. Timeout-wise, the 76ers have 3 remaining. The Nuggets have 2.
Philadelphia ball. 3, McGinnis. Dawkins, steal by Bobby Jones. Knocked away by Irving on the pass intended for Wilkerson. Back come the Sixers. Bibby. Good shot by Bibby driving. 108-107. Sixers back in front. Billy Cunningham tensely looking on. His club leads by 1. Cunningham tensely looking on. His club leads by 1. Mix on his feet, ready to come in the game. We have Irving, Free, Bibby, Dawkins, and McGinnis for Philadelphia. David Thompson breaks on. Jones follow, can't make it. Dawkins on the rebound. Bobby Jones, David Thompson, Issel, Price, and Wilkerson for Denver. The Doctor banks it. 110-107. 4 minutes to go, fourth period. Crowd alive here at the Nickel Sports Arena. Two division leaders really going at it. Jones can sink it. It's taken away by Free. McGinnis.
Well, that's the Sixers break at its best. Getting the rebound coming out. Of course, McGinnis making a very difficult shot. Now, the Nuggets can't let him get away anymore. They've got to close the gap.
5-point lead. Issel driving. Absolutely flat. McGinnis. The basket is good. Issel comes out of the stands limping as he collided with McGinnis. Picks up the foul. That's 5 on McGinnis. Quite a collision between two big men.
It's a lot of beats. Here you see the McGinnis basket coming up the court on the break. Now watch. He leads the way out. Wilkerson trying to take the block. No such luck.
Stop me if you can. 240 pounds each. Issel and McGinnis colliding on that last play. And here's the final for you. Golden State edging the Celtics 99-98 in Boston. Issel makes it, cutting the margin to 2 points. 112-110 Philadelphia, 3:20 to go. Collins. Good rebound by Wilkerson. Jones, it's on. Good time.
Well, Bobby Jones, so versatile. Many people think he's one of the best forwards in the game, perhaps the best if you're from Denver, but he made a fine pass that time.
30 points for Dan Issel. Thompson has 38. Collins with 30 for Philadelphia. 2:39 to play in regulation time. Dawkins. Foul called. Jim Price.
You see Wilkerson leaving his feet. He gets, or leaving the floor, that is. Gets inside to Bobby Jones, who makes a nice pass around to Dan Issel for an easy 2.
Third team foul against Denver this period.
Good call, Tim. He did travel on that. He had a good shot at it, and the fans like it.
What an awesome-looking figure he is, George McGinnis. That is an awesome-looking scene, period.
You know, George McGinnis was that size in high school. Can you imagine the team he played on in Indiana?
2:25 to play. Regulation time. We're tied at 112. It has just been a thriller. David Thompson can't do it. McGinnis rebounding. Julius Irving, and he's got it going. Irving coming on. The Sixers in front by 2. 26 points. 6 points above his average now. He's been struggling the last few games. Maybe saving it for the big one against Denver today. Dan Issel.
Nuggets ran that very nicely. A set play for Issel. They bring Thompson high where he can go one-on-one, but Issel then moves into the lane and made a tough move back to his left again to make a layup.
Irving watched by Wilkerson, throws it away. Denver ball. Larry Brown off the bench to holler some instructions.
The Nuggets defensively really giving a lot of help, and they're really sagging on the weak side now, clogging the middle as much as they can to push the Sixers out.
Issel, Wilkerson, Bobby Jones, Jim Price, David Thompson for Denver. DT. Dawkins rebounds and comes down with it hard, saying it's mine. Free can't get around Thompson. Denver ball.
Oh, Billy. He is upset about that call.
Offensive foul. Who is he hot?
One thing that Billy should be very aware of, he doesn't want a technical at this point in the game. Well, let's take a look at it.
There's the
Oh, now see, that hurt. Now look at it again here. Well, I don't... I can't really see that that was a charge either. I would have to let that go. If nothing else, it would have been a traveling violation. But that technical really hurts Philadelphia at this time.
Billy Cunningham picks up the technical. His 13th of the season moves him into a tie with Larry Brown for third place in that dubious department. We're tied at 114, 121 to go. Timeout has been called, and we are going to have some kind of wild finish here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little OT. Denver's been involved in a few of those lately. 4 of their last 10 home games they've been in overtime. They won 2 and lost 2.
Boy, that's concentration right there, isn't it? He's down there really putting it on the floor. Get it right, fellas.
Coming up on CBS, the NBA All-Star Game, and you have been seeing these All-Stars here this afternoon, 4 of them, in fact. 1:45 Eastern Time, Sunday, February 5th. Billy Cunningham will coach the East. Irving and Collins for Philadelphia. David Thompson, Bobby Jones for Denver will be in that game. And, boy, the way they've been playing here today, I think they're going to have plenty of fun in the All-Star Game.
Billy Cunningham's going to be coaching. Of course, he was playing in that game not too long ago.
He asked Billy how he felt about it. He said, gee, it's hard to even think about it. So what can you say to a team full of All-Stars in the locker room before you come out? He said, well, let's just go get them.
Let's play, fellas. Who do you like in that game?
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Ridiculous,
yeah,
right?
it's hard to pick. They're so, we'll leave that to Jimmy the Greek, I guess. Well, this is going to be going right to the wire, as you might have expected when this game began. The widest margin has been 8 points. Denver held that margin. Thompson is shooting the technical, assessed against Cunningham. And Thompson went over to Steve Mix and said, thanks.
Hey, I think he thought one of his players there and mixed it. I'm not going to shake your hand for making that. Are you kidding me?
115 to 114. So we still have a little levity even in this tense situation. Wilkerson brings it up. Issel, watched by Dawkins. I mean, watch. Thompson outside twice. Mix tips the rebound to Julius Irving. We're under a minute. Collins, 3, Mix, Irving, and McGinnis for Philadelphia. They trail by 1. Jones watching Mix. Dawkins guarded by Issel. Basket count. Pushing foul on Issel.
Well, here you see the ball going into the big fella, and he just moves around and turns, and Issel holding his hand straight up. And, of course, when the offensive player turns and goes into the basket, put the pressure on the defensive player. If they call a foul, in most situations, it will be on the defensive player.
Dawkins did not make the free throw. Denver not yet in the penalty situation. They have 4 team fouls. Sixers by 1. 38 seconds to go. Issel top of the key. Watched by Dawkins. Goes to the corner. Wilkerson. Won't go. Dawkins rebound. 19 seconds to go. Sixers by 1. 10 seconds left. Shot clock is out. That's all the time there is. And finally, Denver takes the foul. They had to. 7 seconds to go. Welcome to the fans from Washington that have just joined us for a thriller here in Denver, where the 76ers lead 116 to 115. Philadelphia in blue and Denver in white, and the Lakers losing to Washington today. Another final score in. 7 seconds to go. Tim Ryan and John McLaughlin here, and we couldn't have asked, John, for a better ball game from 2 great teams.
Well, it's been an exciting game, that's for sure. Actually, Denver came up. They didn't get the type of shot that they should have. It was a forced shot by Bobby Wilkerson, but fine defensive play by the Sixers. So at the other end, Denver, of course, committing the foul, trying to get the ball back. Big free throws at this point in the game. The Nuggets have time to get the ball back, and of course, they hope that the Sixers, Lloyd Freeze, misses at least 1.
Our producer today has been Charles H. Milton III, doing his usual fine job. Lloyd Free on the line here with the Sixers in command. Director is Sandy Grossman. We thank all of our able crew for doing such a great job of the great game. Our associate producer, Wally Miller. Field operations engineer, Walter Pyle, and the rest of the men who get the job done for you technically. Free makes it 118, a 3-point margin. Still 7 seconds remaining, of course, and a Denver timeout is called. And I guess we're going to have to hang a couple of more seconds here until we select our MVP, John, because while it looks like the Sixers are in command, we've had so many outstanding performances. Collins with 30 points for Philadelphia today. Julius Erving really bringing them on. He's got 26 at this moment. David Thompson, a brilliant afternoon with 39. Dan Issel, another outstanding game, his 5th big game in a row, 32 points. I mean, why can't we just pick the whole team each side?
It's very difficult today. Now, coming back into the game, of course, the Nuggets, they'll get the ball at midcourt. They will take it out. They will try to go to the basket to try to get a 3-point play. Therefore, the Sixers, I am sure, will apply pressure, but still get away. Allow them the 2 with a little bit of pressure, but do not give them 3.
One thing about this game, it is really not over till it's over. 3-point margin, 7 seconds to go. Bobby Jones and Bobby Wilkerson have been shut out in the 4th period. Kind of an interesting stat. The 76ers have done the job on them, but they have not been able to stop David Thompson today. Very good teams can.
Hey, that answer is scored. Full court, man-to-man.
Cleveland and Detroit are in overtime at Detroit. Game being televised into some parts of the country here on CBS. So we're ready to go. Jones will make the throw in. They have Thompson, Wilkerson, Issel, and Jim Price on the floor. Thompson to Issel. He makes it. 3 seconds left. Denver pressing down the floor. Timeout call with 4 seconds, 4 seconds on the clock. 118 to 117.
Now, of course, Denver came in, made a very difficult shot there. They went right to Dan Issel to try to apply pressure to get 3 points. He gets 2, then they pick him up full court. The Sixers make a very smart move, call timeout. They get it at midcourt now. And, of course, Denver, they will go for the steal, I'm sure.
We're going to overplay.
118 to 117, and the strategy being discussed here on the parts of both coaches, their players.
Something the Sixers, of course, must be concerned with. If you're going to pass the ball in, don't do it around the midcourt line, because if a steal is made, they've got a straight shot into the basket. I'm sure they're going to try to throw it into the front court, as deep into the front court as possible.
You go after the ball. If you can't steal it, you foul right away. All right, we still have a timeout. We still can win this game. If you steal it...
Well, if the Sixers hang on to win it here, I think our choice will go to the Philadelphia side, but it's been very difficult today to pick an MVP. We have had all-stars playing like all-stars and some non-all-stars playing like all-stars.
Maybe we ought to bail out and leave it up to Chuck.
He wouldn't like that at all, our producer, Chuck Milton. Sunday, February 5th, you're going to see these all-stars and more at 1:45 Eastern Time. We're finally ready to go here. Philadelphia will inbound it. It'll be mixed, and they've got Collins, Irving, Dawkins, and Free on the floor. Bo Ellis in there to try and block the inbound pass. Bobby Jones, look at this stack here. Time will not start till it's touched inbounds. It is by Dawkins, but Price has it. 2 seconds, he calls time. 2 seconds remaining, Denver timeout. And they'll bring it in from midcourt.
Big Daryl Dawkins, he's a little upset. He thought Jones fouled him, but Denver put on the pressure, got the ball back. Now, 2 seconds, that's plenty of time. It's been accomplished in much less than that.
It has been done.
The Nuggets will also get it. Here you look at it again. Bobby Jones playing the passing lane. You think Daryl got hit on the arm then or not?
All right. What a finish. 2 seconds remaining.
Here's Matt. Here's Bobby Welch. Here's David. And here's Dan. HC from the goal. All right. David, set a screen for Dan popping after the jumper and then circle to the corner. All right. Bobby Wilkes, set a screen for Mac going over the top. You got either one there. All right. BJ, either Dan or David or Mac or Bobby Wilkes. Look to this side first. Hey, if you get it, 2 seconds, a lot of time. Jimmy McMillan took 2 dribbles and a pump fake. Most importantly, lead this stuff. From me, David, you got to go to it quick. And then you got to pass quick. Shoot that sucker in and we'll go home. Come on.
Now, you are hearing Larry Brown saying 2 seconds is a lot of time, John.
And that's right. What he really means by it is don't rush the shot. He's got 2 screens set. He's giving his players 2 or 3 options coming off here. So look for these different options. Now, Dawkins is going to play Jones on the side court to try to make as much of an obstacle over there as possible.
All right, Jones will inbound. So look at Dawkins leaping up, trying to make it tough. Issel. The shot is no good. It's all over, and our Chevrolet Most Valuable Player Award will go to Doug Collins of Illinois State. And the Chevrolet $1,000 scholarship will be awarded to Illinois State on behalf of Doug Collins of the Philadelphia 76ers, who had 30 points and really sparked the Sixers to their victory here today. A thriller, 118 to 117. Jim Bryant for John McLaughlin saying so long. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.
This is CBS.